Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the bunker. Someplace I've not been a lot in the past 2 years or so. But yeah, it's been, if you've been following this channel, it's been a Halloween of a lot of spooky haunted houses, a lot of amusement parks, and Halloween season. I generally consider that to be my my busiest time of the year because I'm always trying to get to different parts of the country to do different haunted houses. I always love doing the theme park haunted attraction, so I've been really busy. But I feel like because of that, and because of how long my Halloween season is, I filmed Spirit Halloween opening the end of July, and I've been featuring different Halloween stuff since then. My first visit to a theme park haunted event was mid-September. Went out to Halloween Horror Nights, and it's just been non-stop Halloween since then. Not non-stop, did some other videos as well. Did some state fairs, which I have a lot of fun doing. But yeah, it seems monumental once it's over. I don't get a lot of rest. I am not here at my house, which is my house once again. I'm sitting down here in the bunker and just kind of looking at what a disaster it is down here, because over the past 2 years I've really just been nomadic. I've been not slept in the same place for more than a week or so, maybe a week and a half in one place. It's the longest I've been in one place in the past 2 years. So just constantly going, and yeah, and it's exciting. It's exciting being back in my house. But a lot of anxiety too about the big move coming up. I mean, I moved, but Jen has not yet. I mean, technically I moved. I basically just physically returned to the house, and all my stuff that I owned was already in its own room down here in the basement. Before we get into that, though, I wanted to just kind of talk about for a minute where I'm going with this channel, what you guys can expect coming from this channel in the upcoming months. Like I said, Halloween's always a big event on this channel. Halloween season is always a big event. So then we have to pick up the pieces from Halloween and figure out what we're going to be doing next. And I am leaving tomorrow. No time to rest. I'm leaving tomorrow for my next road trip. I'm going. I'm hoping to do. And I'm always weird about sharing exactly what I'm doing because things can change. I'll always. I've told the story before on this channel, but one time my daughter was very young to say something this disturbing, but she said, why do people always say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this? Like, no one knows when they could die. People could die at any time. So why don't they say, I'm going to do this unless I die? So unless I die or some other inconvenience happens, my plan is to take a brief trip to Louisiana, because I wanted to do the state fair, Louisiana State Fair. That's kind of one of my primary missions, is to visit all the state fairs. I really want to go all in on that next year. I really wanted to focus more on state fairs over the haunts, but kind of got away from me, and I kind of got back into going to the haunts this year. But next year there will be haunts. I assure you there will be haunts, but there may be a slight decrease as I put some focus on some other things, including my goal to visit all the state fairs. But right now, I'm going to take a swing over to Louisiana, try to hit the Louisiana State Fair in Shreveport, and after that, we're going down to Florida, a place I always love. I always love going back to Florida. Florida, one of my favorite places to visit is Florida. It's just like a mix of like those old school roadside Florida attractions plus the big theme parks. I love the big theme parks. I love Universal. I love Disney. I bought a Disney annual pass last year when the day they went on sale, and I've not activated it yet. I've not used it yet. I did go to their Halloween party, but I actually bought the separate ticket. That wasn't part of my annual pass. So I bought a ticket even though I had an annual pass because I didn't want to activate my annual pass yet. I know that sounds really ridiculous, but I haven't used my annual pass for the first time. So I'd like to go down to Florida and use that annual pass and go to Disney. But as excited as I am about going to Disney, about using my annual pass finally, that's not the reason I'm really going down to Florida. I'm headed down there. One of my favorite events of the year is IAAPA, which is the trade show for theme parks and amusement parks. And I'm very excited to announce that I was able to get press credentials this year. So really excited about that and really thankful that that they're allowing me to come and cover the event. So very excited about that. But then immediately after that, after my trip to Florida, things are gonna get a little different on this channel. And you know what? We're gonna talk about. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk and discuss this. But before we go, I just wanted to show you my bunker. I mentioned it was a total mess right now. That chair right there for 2 years, as I bring home souvenirs or things I want to hang up or new things for the house, I've been putting them in that purple chair. You can see they've been overflowing onto the ground, kind of in anticipation of moving back in. Even got stuff down here. These are the extra Moldoramas here in this Moldoramas and Moldomatics there in that basket. Got these extra hats that I ended up spending a lot of money on and then not wearing. And this is usually my work desk, but you can see it's overgrown with stuff that I brought home, gifts and souvenirs. This is from Philip's Puppets when I went out and visited them in Maine. This was a gift. This amazing ventriloquist-faced pumpkin. Different more molds. I'm telling you, this place is overrun with molds. I got these at Volo. See, it's the Mickey that had his face melted off. A friend of mine, Ian, from the Chicago area, often they switch out the molds there. And the Museum of Science and Industry has a special Moldorama exhibit, and every once in a while they've been switching out the molds. So he sent me a set of the molds when they changed them. So I was really excited. I've been actually wanting to get a Paul Bunyan for years, and they actually made the Paul Bunyan mold, put the Paul Bunyan mold for temporary time. So I was just so excited to get the Paul Bunyan Moldorama. I actually have my postcard of Paul Bunyan there right next to my desk. Then I bought these. You can see they bought these bobbleheads. I'm getting into bobbleheads. You know, bobbleheads of like things that I like. So you can see the Hodag there. This is like the Hodag mascot. You know, from Rhinelander, Wisconsin, their legendary beast. There's a replica, a bobblehead replica of the original Hodag. And of course, I have a bobblehead of Cocaine Bear. You know, people have been following this channel know how important Cocaine Bear has been to the growth of this channel. Kind of use Cocaine Bear as kind of emblematic of like the ridiculous lengths I was willing to go to see stuff that interested me. What else we got here? We got Santa getting ready for Christmas, of course. We got these at the Squonk Festival. These are cryptid tarot cards. Like a Mothman there. I don't know how to tell anyone's fortune, but some fun stuff. Some fun stuff. Ooh, the Sandown Clown, one of the weirdest cryptids of all time there. So I'm making more of a mess as I'm talking about how messy it is down here. Now, sadly, there's no fish left in the fish tank there. I still need to get it cleaned out. The fish lived. The fish were alive the majority of the 2 years. My ex Christy was taking care of them, was putting the food, the vacation feeders in there, and they lived almost the entire time until I got ready to come home. So I do plan on cleaning this out and getting some more fish and maybe moving it to a different part of the house. You know, everything's up in the air. I don't know what the bunker is going to look like. I don't know what I'm going to move to different parts of the house. I got some ideas. Kind of overwhelmed right now, actually, just looking around. I said I had this small little space to make my own, and it was fun, but now I got a whole house to make my own. It just seems overwhelming. Not my own. I mean, there's going to be 2 people living here. Annabelle will be living here part-time. Of course, she's in college. But yeah, it's crazy. I have no furniture. Jen has furniture, but I have no furniture. And there's my animatronic Elvis. I still need to get him set up. He does work, but I'm going to play around with him a little bit and see what I can do with him. Oh yeah, I know I've asked this before, but this is a project. This is this animatronic squirrel. It's actually mechanical, and I think it wags its tail. I may need to, it's all like, it works, but its gears are all like rusty and dusty, so I don't know if I just need to spray something in there to get it to work or to clean it. And I don't know, it's one of those experiments. It's one of those projects. You can see I got a lot of projects in here that have just had to take a back seat with me just not being here. These are a little something I splurged on in here in my cabinet of curiosities. I've been buying these from off Etsy. The name of the artist is slipping my mind at the moment. I'm going to figure that out here, but actually, let me see. I think the box. Here we go. This is Cocoon Toys on Etsy, and they make different sculptures, but they have this series on American cryptids. It's actually an artist in the Ukraine, and so I saw these on Etsy, and I just had to have them. I've been buying one or two at a time. It's the Loveland Frogman. You got the Squonk, the Fresno Nightcrawlers, Hopkinsville Goblins there. That's the Scape or Lizard Man. That's the Pachacula alien back there, and then a Chupacabra there, and the Dover Demon. So I want to get more of these cabinets like this. I love to display stuff in these old curio cabinets. I think I'll be trying to get some more of these to put in different places in the house. Yeah, I think one thing that I need to make a project of is finding a better way to display the Mold-A-Ramas. This worked at one point, but there's just too many now. They don't all fit here. And I don't know. I don't like the white color either. I may paint that, or I may just come up with something completely different. I've collected so much stuff, and yeah, I have plenty of places to put it. I just don't know how. I just need to figure out how to display the stuff so it actually looks nice, and people that come over can enjoy them. They built this new roundabout here in town that is so weird. It's like built on the side of a hill. I don't know if I've ever seen a roundabout that has a big hill on one side. I think I just went completely around. Oh well. Drove down to the park here. You can see the leaves, very pretty. Fall this time of year in the mountains is beautiful. This isn't even the best of it. The best is past. This is actually like a week or two after the leaves have hit their peak prettiness. I do love these little metal animals that you can ride on. Now, when I was a kid, in my park, they were like on these giant springs, but here you have them like lined up like Hungry Hippo, all like facing off against each other as the kids bounce. And yeah, you don't see these too often, these metal animals. I've heard that they're bad to like knock kids' teeth out while they're rocking, but it's good to see them still in place, Playground equipment was, when I was growing up, was solid, hard, metal, dangerous. You know, not like that plastic slide there where, you know, you couldn't hurt yourself too bad. You know, playing was serious business back then. But after my trip to Florida, that's when things get serious, because that's when the big move happens. It's when Jen will be moving down here to North Carolina, in to my house. She's gonna be moving all her furniture, all her stuff down. Kind of the game plan is, oh man, got a bunch of stuff. Like after Florida, I got to gonna come back up, meet with Jen. We're gonna go visit my family for Thanksgiving. We got a wedding as well for one of Jen's friends up in New York. And then at the very end of November, we're getting all her stuff packed up in a moving truck. We're gonna drive it down here and then move it into my house. And yeah, it's I'm really excited. I'm really excited about having it done. This feels like it's been in the works for forever. It is pretty chilly out here. It is a crisp fall day. You can see the leaves on the ground. Things getting a little crisp here in the mountains. See the creek running along there. But so excited to have a real home base. Like I said, it's been 2 years of not really having a home base. Jen, you know, I've been staying with Jen part of the time, but just because of the location of where she lives up in Rochester, New York, it just hasn't been a very convenient launching point for me as far as traveling, as far as filming. It's just kind of in a part of the country that's just not close to a lot of other parts in the country. I feel down here in the mountains, you know, not necessarily near, like right near anything. I'm near Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and I'm really excited about being back there. That's about an hour and a half, but I can get down to Florida in 8 or 9 hours. I think it's 7, 8 hours up to Washington, D.C. So within 2 days, I can get almost anywhere on the East Coast. So that's one of the reasons I decided to keep the house. You know, me and my ex Christy had some discussions about selling it. That was a factor, as well as you know, my daughter going off to college. I didn't want her to have to. I wanted her to have her home. You know, for when she comes home, I wanted her to be able to come home to that. But yeah, this is kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal to me personally. Because this is really going to feel like having a home again. I think it will. I think it will. Now, I traveled a lot before. When I was still married to Christy, I traveled a lot. But I would come home, you know, I would rest. I would, you know, take, you know, a week off the road here and there. But that's not happened, you know, in a long while. Let's go back to 2019, because over the past few years, you know, I've been trying. You know, this is a lighthearted channel. We go places, we have fun together. But you know, in my life, in my day-to-day life, there's been some struggles, and you know, the past few years have been. There's been a lot of struggles, a lot of frustration. A lot of uncertainty, and I'll tell you what, this channel helps me with that. Like, being able to travel, being able to focus on this, you know, when certain things in my life aren't necessarily going how I'd like them to. I have this channel to put my focus and energy in, and I find it very rewarding, and I love hearing back from you guys. Over the past couple years, I've been getting noticed a lot out in public, which just not only blows my mind, but it just makes me feel really good. You know, people tell me, you know, a lot of people said they found my videos during the pandemic, and that was very meaningful to them. It allowed them to see places when they couldn't travel. Or I've had people, you know, that have health problems or financial issues that can't travel, can't see the things they want, and they tell me that my channel is important to them. And you know, I'm just trying to make fun videos. I'm just trying to amuse myself out here. The thought that I'm important to someone else's life, that's overwhelming, and it's humbling. If I'm making someone smile, then that makes me very happy. If I can make someone smile once a day or once in a while, that makes me happy, because sometimes there's just not a lot of things to smile about in the world, and if I can put a smile out there, then really I'm doing my job. I guess my job is to put smiles out there. And like I said, it's been a tumultuous couple years for this channel. In 2018, I quit my day job. January of 2018, I quit my day job, and I was walking on clouds. I was so happy. I was so happy to have this channel be my sole focus as far as a profession goes. I found my past job to be very rewarding, but it was taxing on my mental health. It's very serious work. It's very noble work. I commend people that still do that work, working in child protective services, but over the 10 years I did it, I think it chipped away at me. It exacerbated mental health problems, just because it is such intense work, working with abused and neglected children, that you know, this YouTube channel felt like a major escape for me from that. And once I was able to make this my sole focus, I was on another level. I was so happy that I could go where I wanted. I could make things work. I could, you know, film the things I wanted to film. And, you know, things get, and while I was having a lot of fun here, and while I was making what I feel like are a lot of fun videos, you know, things in my personal life, you know, I'm not saying like I had a terrible personal life, but, you know, sometimes, you know, everyone has things that go on in their life, and like I said, this channel was a distraction during those things. But, you know, in 2019, me and my ex-wife Christy, we went through a brief separation. At that point, I chose not to speak about it on this channel. I mentioned it on social media. I talked about it in some live streams, but I never made a point of talking about it on this channel. And me and Christy made the decision to try again, to try to work on our marriage, to try to work things out. We went to therapy. I began seeing a therapist that I still see to this day, and it didn't work. It just didn't. We put some work into it. I feel like I put a lot of work into it, but it got to a point, you know, when we had to make the decision together that our attempts at saving the marriage, at restoring the marriage, were unsuccessful. And, you know, neither one of us was happy. And, you know, it's not a decision I took lightly, but it's a decision that I made and she made. And it's, I don't know, anyone that's been through a divorce could probably relate that divorce is very difficult. It was not a tumultuous divorce. We did not fight over anything. We did not fight over property. Our children are old enough where custody or anything like that wasn't even something we needed to approach. But still, you know, once you spend 20 years with someone and you've become intertwined with them, becoming unintertwined is, man, it is quite the experience, quite taxing on your mental health, on just everything. And you know, I'm fortunate enough that I was able to travel. You know, I basically, it was December of 2021 that I made the decision to leave the home, and I kept some of my things there. I kept the bunker. Sometimes I would come and I would sleep in the guest room when I was nearby. But you know, when you're in the process of going through divorce, it's you know, I only use that as a brief temporary place to stay. You know, if I was passing through, catch a night's sleep, maybe sleep a few nights there to catch up, and then move along. You know, get a chance to see the kids while I'm there, and then move along. Yeah, last time I was here, which was only like a week or so, there wasn't nearly this amount of leaves on the ground. You can hear the leaves crunch under my feet. Over the past 2 years, since the winter of 2021, I've been traveling. I went that January. I went and did my first Choose My Adventure road trip, and I just kept going. I stayed on the road, traveled. I met Jen, you know, during that period of time. In 2020, early 2022, started talking to Jen. Of course, that, you know, grew into a relationship, and over time, we put together a plan, you know, that Jen would move down here to North Carolina. Me and Christy had the agreement that I would, you know, buy her portion of the house, the equity of the house. You know, I would compensate her for that, and then the house would become mine. That's a whole process. You know, it's all these financial things, and luckily Jen worked in mortgage, so she helped me so much with that. She knew all about the mortgage and stuff. I don't even know how I would have done it if Jen hadn't have been walking me through it the whole way. But yeah, the plan was for Christy to be able to live with Annabelle until Annabelle went off to college. So Annabelle's off to college. Christy has moved out a couple weeks ago, maybe a month. I lose track of time easily. So the house is empty. And I've kind of moved back in. I spent a little bit of time there. I have no furniture. I bought Annabelle a couch so that she could have somewhere to sit when she visits. Although she doesn't visit very much, it's not, you know, it's not that close, so it's hard for her to get back home very often. You're probably coming home more often, like during the summer or things like that. But you know, made sure Annabelle had a couch. So there's Annabelle's couch is there, and there's a TV, and there's a bed, and I have a few dressers, and then all my stuff in the bunker. So Jen's gonna bring her furniture, of course her toy collection as well. I guess I've got everything coordinated to get everything down there, and then put together a home. And like I said, I'm really stressing at this point just the idea of how do I set up a house, because you know, just traditionally I didn't play a big role in that in my past relationship. I kind of let Christy just do what she wanted with the house, but I want to play a more active role. I want to make myself part of the home. I want to make it my place. I want to make it Jen's place. I want it to be a place where we can both be comfortable, where we can both display our collections in a way we want to, and both feel like we are equal partners in the home and in sharing that space together. It's a chilly afternoon here. Now, I feel like I've been so lucky. It's been such a warm Halloween season, but right now, yeah, it feels like, the crispness of winter out here at the park. Now, as far as plans beyond that, beyond moving Jen down, there still will be lots and lots of traveling on this channel. That's what I do. That's my job. That's my lifestyle, is I travel. I go on road trips. I film things. And, you know, that's something me and Jen have discussed, that I will be, you know, we will be away a lot of the time. And I feel she understands that. I feel that, you know, that's who I was when she met me. And she's been very understanding of that during our relationship. And I've heard comments, in the comments section of people showing concern about about my traveling. I do want to spend time at home with Jen. That's important to me. Get off the road, to have a life, to have a home life, I think is important to me, and something that I'm going to make a point of having, something I've not really had in years. But at the same time, this is primarily going to be a travel channel. That's what it's been, and that's what it's planning on being. Now, I did want, as far as the move goes, my plan is to vlog about it. I used to hate the term vlog. I never called this what I do vlogging, but in a way I was lying to myself, because it is. I do vlog. This is a vlog channel. I am a vlogger, as much as I wish there was a different word for it. And I'm planning on vlogging the move, vlogging the big move, traveling back up to New York, taking the stuff, traveling back down here. I'm just gonna kind of document how my life goes from there. And there will be travels soon. I mean, I'll be doing some, maybe doing some local stuff as well. We've got back in this area, which is closer to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, so we'll be digging back into that. But yeah, I plan on vlogging this adventure of moving back to this house, of kind of reclaiming my life and building a life with Jen. Of course, Jen, has her own YouTube channel too. It's Jenny Penny on YouTube. So she may be documenting some of this as well. But yeah, it's my plan to document my life, to document what's going on here. My life involves a lot of traveling. My life involves a lot of amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and roadside attractions, other fun stuff. But my life right now is going to involve a lot of moving, a lot of setting up my house. So I'll show you guys. I want to show you guys, like, as I transform the house into a place for me and Jen. I do want to share that with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys are interested in seeing that. So that will kind of be, like I said, the first half of December. We're going to Louisiana. We're going to Florida. We're going to be visiting IAPA. But then after that, a lot of moving, a lot of traveling, a lot of getting back into the house. I do want to do some fun Christmas stuff. And I'm always curious what you guys would like to see me do as far as Christmas stuff. If you have suggestions on Christmas stuff. Jen is a huge lover of Christmas. So if you have ideas of, and I'm looking, just because it's in the middle of the move, looking more towards my general area. And I don't mind traveling a few hours outside of my general area. But yeah, I'm interested in showcasing some fun Christmas stuff from the area. So of course, leave those suggestions in the comment section. Oh wow! So yeah, I'm just kind of I think just kind of getting some things off my mind. Like I said, this is just a big thing for me. Having been waiting for this for 2 years, just having my life in limbo, not really having a home, not really having a home base, and finally creating a new life with Jen. And things are going to be, every relationship, every home is different. And I'm excited. I'm really excited of having this place and being. But I don't want, and I don't know. Maybe I don't want you guys to think that this is the end of the travel videos, because I will always travel. I've got lots of plans for traveling. I still need to visit Alaska and Hawaii. That's something that eats at me every day. I don't know if 2024 is going to be the right year to do that. With moving into the new place, I'm not really comfortable with booking a trip like that So maybe 2025 we go for knocking out Alaska and Hawaii. I do want to continue with the state fairs. Do want to do some road trips. I do want to do the I want to start next year. That's one thing. I do want to start next year in January. I want to do another Choose My Adventure road trip, which has kind of been a tradition on this channel. Had a lot of fun the past 2 years doing that. And I'll just bring this up here. I wanted to know, I don't know, there's always a balance between trying to find, you know, the right amount of myself, my personal life to share on this channel. You know, when I started this channel, I never intended to share anything about my personal life. I just wanted to show these fun places I was interested in. You know, you guys have expressed some interest in me and what's going on in my life. And like I said, this is a vlog. Whether I like it or not, this is a vlog. And I've mentioned this in past videos, but it's only been a few times I've brought this up. And that is right in the middle of when I was going through my separation, within like probably within weeks, if not days of separating from Christy, I was diagnosed with autism. I had a full psychological evaluation done, and they diagnosed me as autistic. And over the past 2 years, I've been unpacking that, and I still have not unpacked it all the way. I'm not an expert in anyone's experiences other than myself. I've been watching a lot of videos by autistic content creators recently. I can only be too personal here, but I can only watch so much because I start to get sad. It's very complicated. Unloading something like that, at least for me, has been very difficult. Very difficult. Just what it means, how it affects me. You kind of relive your whole life. Dissecting it and putting it through that lens of what it means to be autistic. And like I said, a lot of people, I've had a lot of people reach out. I've had a lot of people recognize me in public, and people have been very encouraging. A lot of people I've met have told me they are also neurodivergent, they're also autistic. So I know I have a fair amount of viewership that is autistic, and I've had people ask me, you know, to share my experiences, you know, my perspective as an autistic person traveling. And this channel will never become, and I never wanted it to become, and I will not make it about, I don't want to be the autistic YouTuber, I don't want to be the autistic travel channel, because while autism is a big part of who I am, I don't want it to completely define me. But I don't mind sharing aspects of that, aspects of what it's like to be autistic, what it's like to be an autistic traveler. But I don't really know. Like, I can speak from my perspective, but I'm not really comfortable representing any sort of community, representing the autistic community, because I was diagnosed with autism at a very older age. I was 41 years old. So the whole experience is still new to me. Very slowly I've been learning more about it. Like I said, I can only learn so much at a time because I get overwhelmed. The more when I learn about it, I can only learn so much before I have to back off and kind of learn. So I can, you know, honestly, the truth is that I can probably learn just as much from you guys as you guys can learn from me. So I'm interested in starting that conversation. I don't know what that conversation will look like here, but I don't mind talking about my struggles. And in fact, let me know, like, if you are autistic and you're willing to share that information, you're willing to talk about that, leave a comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear back from my neurodivergent audience, my autistic audience, and of course, you know, you don't have to be autistic or neurodivergent to have some of the same struggles that that I've had. Like I said, autism. Without autism, I don't think I would have had. It's a part of me, and it's a large part of me that allowed me to create this channel. So, you know, I have to be thankful for it in a way. At the same time, it's been the most difficult thing I've had to deal with in my entire life, and it's caused me a lot of struggles and a lot of sadness in my personal life. So it's this massive thing in my life that I'm still wrapping my brain around, and maybe we can have some more conversations about it in the future. Let me guys know, just let me know what you think about that, about me sharing more, about ways that I could be a helpful voice in this community that I'm not feel like I'm really a part. I don't necessarily feel like I'm part of the autistic community, because I'm not. I don't know, I don't make autistic specific videos. I've not reached out to any of the other autistic creators, but I'm looking for ideas. I'm looking at ideas on how to express this part of myself, which I've never really figured out how to express. But I'll just lay that on the table for you guys, and let me know what you think. So I used to go take walks here almost every day, and there's this big rock right in the middle of the walkway. And every time a dog walks by this rock, they pee on it. This rock has probably been peed on, no joke, probably millions of times. I can literally see dry pee on it right now. Another thing I want to talk about, this actually has a happy ending. Well, not really an ending, but it's there's good news. There's good news. We'll start with the bad news first. So I talked about this chaotic period of my life where I traveled nonstop. The past couple years, just been traveling nonstop, and during that time, I neglected myself. I didn't do certain things that I should have been doing, and one of those is going to the doctor. I think I went 2 years, at least 2 years, without seeing the doctor. It got to the point where they were pretty much threatening to stop filling my prescriptions if I didn't actually come in for a visit. So I came in. I got my blood checked, I got my checkup, and it wasn't good. It was not good. My diabetes that had been previously under control with medication was no longer under control. Yeah, my blood sugar was really high. I had high triglycerides, which I'm still not 100% sure what that means. I had a vitamin D deficiency, and honestly, I had not been feeling well. Not something I really talked about in these videos, but I was having constant exhaustion. Just, you know, when I was filming videos, I was fine, but after I got done filming a video, I would crash. Sometimes it was really hard getting up in the morning and getting going out of the hotel room. You know, I had a little bit of a scare, and I didn't include this in the video, but I was visiting the Grand Canyon, and I was walking, and I couldn't catch my breath. I was walking on a flat surface. I felt like I was walking up a mountain. Had some issues with breathing, and because of that, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. So yeah, I'm just laying it out here. In the past, I've regretted sharing medical stuff because I've been I don't know, because I didn't like when people gave me unsolicited advice, but I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to be real with myself. I'm trying to be real with you guys. I was in bad shape when I went to the doctor. It was really scary. It's really scary. Because, you know, if I become sick where I can't travel, then that's how I support myself. I can't work. That's kind of with everyone. You know, you get sick to a point where you can't work, you can't provide for yourself, you can't provide for your family. That's a scary thing. And I certainly, you know, I don't want to die. I want to live. You know, I have children, I have family. I don't want to die. So I started taking it serious. This was, I think, I'm trying to think the time frame here. I think it was about May or June. Time becomes an interesting concept to me, but I decided to make some major life changes, and the main major life change I made was my diet. And I think that's kind of the reason my health got out of control, was because of my diet. I had a horrendous diet. I was eating at fast food maybe 2 or 3 times a day. You know, a lot of it I'd get done filming and I was tired, exhausted. I didn't want to go, didn't have the option to make food, but didn't want to go sit down in a restaurant and try to eat something healthy. So it was just drive-through window, Burger King, Taco Bell, McDonald's, just you name it, just fast food in my face, nonstop. And I was eating junk. I was stopping at gas stations, eating candy bars, buying multiple candy bars, eating them in the car. Just really not treating my body with any respect, and it caught up with me. And I've changed my diet quite a bit. And when I talk about my diet, I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to convince you to eat like me or live like me. I think everyone in their journey to find health has to find what works for them. And because there's certain things that aren't wrong with me. There's certain things that I don't have struggle with. I have good blood pressure. I don't have problems with cholesterol. And because of this, I tweaked my diet. Main thing I decided to cut out was sugar and flour and carbohydrates. I've been trying to eat them very, very sparingly. I don't like to use the word keto because I don't want it to be like, I feel like if I set myself up for a super strict diet, then that's setting yourself up to disappoint yourself, to fail. So basically, I consider each meal a choice. At each meal, I try to make a good choice. And that choice is mainly not eating sugar, not eating flour, not eating bread. And it's been working for me. I have lost between about 35 to 40 pounds. And that made me happy. I'm not gonna lie, it made me happy. I'm not trying to do this out of vanity. I don't care how I look. I'm 43 years old, I don't care. But seeing that weight come off was encouraging because I knew it was making me healthier. And then I just recently went back and did my blood tests, and better than any scale could have told me, my numbers were all good. I was a normal person again. I transformed from just everything being out of control to everything being okay. My triglycerides were normal. My blood sugar was normal. And yeah, and it's no time, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop eating. I'm not gonna stop eating. I'm not gonna stop, you know. I'm gonna try to keep eating healthy like I am. I've showed you guys before, I have my cooler in my car so I can keep snacks that are healthy. So I can make myself food that's healthy if I get out late and there's no healthy restaurants open or food that I can eat, then I can go to my cooler and make something for myself. And it's been working for me, and I'm really happy about that. So I wanted to share that with you guys. You know, I will feel, you know, I'm going to eat things on this channel that are unhealthy, but it's about balance. I feel like, you know, eating unhealthy things is okay for a person to do, as long as that's not every day. If I'm eating 3 unhealthy meals a day, every day, that will kill me. If I stop and eat something unhealthy because I'm at an attraction that's known for something crazy, you know, that's a treat for myself. I can do it for the video and not feel bad about it because it's just one meal. It's not just an endless barrage of treating my body like garbage. Man, it is cold. That creek over there, I feel like that makes the whole area colder. I'm getting a little chilly. I'm getting excited about heading back down to Florida. I said leaving tomorrow morning. We're headed over to Louisiana. I haven't mapped out exactly what I'm gonna film on the way, but gonna drive over to Louisiana, probably cut back down through the Florida Panhandle, I think, and then on to Orlando, where I'll be joined. I always have a good time in Orlando, and I'm excited about IAAPA, one of my favorite. Trans World and IAAPA, my two favorite events of the year, and yeah. So hopefully I didn't overshare today. I gave you guys a lot of information about me. If you guys are interested in that, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not interested, skip this video. We'll be back to doing road trip videos very soon, doing roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun stuff. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for allowing me to be the Carpetbagger. I appreciate it, and until next time, this one's in the bag.